Hey besties, good afternoon and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to introduce yourselves in the comments. I really want to know you and I want to meet you. Where are you watching from? And to all of you that are seeing me for the very first time, let me also introduce myself while you also introduce yourselves as well. Don't forget, let me know your name, where you are watching from, and how you found my video, who sent it to you. I'd love to know. I really want to, know you guys. I want to get to know you guys. So yes, my name is Mariam. I'm based here in California. I'm a wife, a mom, a student, an entrepreneur. I'm also a fashion designer. And on this channel, I share 3 videos every week. So if you're looking for grants, yes, for your business, this is the channel to plug into. Yes, go ahead and introduce yourselves. I want to know you. Where are you watching from? What states are you watching from? What country are you watching from? What do you do for a living? Yes, I'm nosy like that. I really, really want to know you. When I say introduce yourselves, I'm not kidding. So what is your name? What do you do for a living? And how did you find my video? Have you watched my main videos before? Because I talk about grants. So today, we are going into a deep dive on how to focus on yourself. Pretty much how to develop yourself, how to focus on yourself until the focus is on you, how to focus on yourself, how to focus on building yourself and all of the good stuff. And yes, if you're someone that's, you struggle to, keep up with just one goal, don't worry, you're in the right place. I'm going to be sharing with you signs to tell you that it's time to focus on you, as well as how important it is to focus on your growth, to focus on yourself. And yes, the first one on my list here is that here is a sign that shows that you need to focus on yourself. You have become a walking reaction. You are triggered by even the smallest. Yes. Once everything starts to trigger you, then it's time to start working on yourself. There are lots and lots of things that you're probably dealing with, that you have not, you're yet to heal from. And that's something that you cannot take it lightly, because if you go on like that, people will label you as the bitter auntie or the bitter uncle or bitter leaf, or as the case may be. Triggers are actually an opportunity to see what we are not looking at. It happens even to the best of us, even myself. There are certain times you're triggered by something that is not even, that doesn't even warrant, being triggered. And then you start to ask yourself, how did you get to this point? Where did I get this wrong? Why am I triggered? And it has, honestly, people may pass comments innocently. They don't mean to attack your personality. They are not even looking at you. They're not even thinking about you. But somehow you take it the wrong way. You want to overreact. You want to start thinking, oh, it's because of me, or it's because they don't like me, or it's because, no, it is not as a result of that. And when you find out that you're always triggered, you find out that every single time you're just triggered for no reason, that is a reason why you should actually work on yourself. Yes, that's one big reason why you should start working on yourself. You should actually take yourself more seriously. You need to start, identify where those triggers are coming from and start to, walk towards healing. Now, sometimes this is also another thing to look out for. A lot of times you find it very hard to put yourself first. You find it very difficult to, to take care of yourself or to do something for you, and that's also a reason. That's something that should tell you, hey, it's time to start working on yourself. Like, even when people ask you, what do you love to do? You can't say, this is something I love to do. Then you need to actually, take a pause, take a chill pill, and start to, work on yourself. And of course, this happens to a lot, especially parents. So if you're a parent, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And the same also goes for you if you're in a relationship. They have a demanding schedule, or they don't even know how to, you don't know how to say no to somebody's request, yes, for your time and attention. It's not every, event. It's not every gathering that you have to attend. It's not every invitation that you have to honor, so you have to find a way to put yourself first. Yes. And just so you know, some of the most well-adjusted leaders in the whole world, they've learned the art of prioritizing their self-care and their needs. It's not every function that they attend, it's not every event that you find them, and they know that if they're not okay, nothing around them will flourish. So if you are having a hard time with some of these things I'm telling you, you probably need to do some self-reflection. Yes, you need to probably jot down some of the things that you do daily, weekly, monthly, some things that you need to shift one way or the other, and also schedule appointments. Yes, schedule appointments and tasks, for your meetings, for your needs, and keeping your own appointments with yourself. Keep an appointment with yourself. Oh, I shared it on my channel a couple of weeks ago. Now, I do self-care appointments because if it's not in the calendar, if it's not in the schedule, a lot of times we miss out. We don't treat it as important. So if you want to go to the spa or you want to go fix your nails, put it in your schedule, because honestly, a lot of times we only attend to things that are on our schedule. Once it's not on the schedule, we just find a way to it means it's not important. And if it is important for you, if your self-care is important for you, then you need to prioritize self-care and put it in your schedule. Like, book an appointment for yourself. Yes, book an appointment for your spa dates, for your hair dates, book an appointment for your massage, book an appointment for you time. Yes, for that me time. You have to prioritize. Yes. So once you find out that you have a hard time putting yourself first, then it's time for you to start keeping appointments. Now, when somebody asks you about how you're doing, and then you start telling them, oh, this person is fine, that person is okay, but you're not looking at yourself. You're not saying, oh, I'm good. You're not, you have trouble even putting yourself in the picture. Then you have to you have to start focusing on your own self. You have to, yes, it's time to prioritize yourself. That's a sign. Like I said, I'm going to share certain things that will make you know it's time for you to start focusing on yourself. And now the next one is, you can't remember the last time you did something for yourself. Yes, that didn't involve another person, that didn't involve someone else. So when was the last time you did this for yourself? When was the last time you did that for yourself? So it's something that you need to start. Once you cannot remember the last time you did something for yourself, then it's time for you to start to prioritize self-care. And then the next one is this: if your body is telling you that something is not right, honestly, one of the most important things on the list I have for you guys is these signs. And stress is on a continuum. See, you need to prioritize yourself. Once your body starts to kind of like give way, your body is saying, hey, I need some rest, hey, I need to do this, hey, I'm not I'm unable I'm not moving well, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, then it is time for you to take care of your health. There's this saying that nothing is more important than your health. I mean, when you don't have your health, then you have nothing. When you don't have your health, then you have nothing. I'm telling you. So if you're someone that struggles with your health right now, then you need to start prioritizing yourself. Now let's talk about how why it is important for you to focus on yourself. Yes, why is it important for you to focus and how to really focus on it? And I'll be sharing realistic ways to actually start to focus on. When I say focus on yourself, what does it even mean? Focusing on yourself simply means you're prioritizing your own needs, you're prioritizing your desires, rather than those of others. And it doesn't make you selfish, no. And it doesn't mean that you're actively working against other people, no. And honestly, it simply means that you're not depleting yourself to make other people happy. I cannot end this conversation without saying that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Honestly, think of your life as a garden, with every flower representing a component of your well-being. So, I mean, think about it. The watering represents your own time and energy. When you keep on watering your plants, it represents your time and energy. What happens when you stop watering your flowers? What happens? It dies. It dies. Yes, it dies, and it starts to wither away. It starts to look dull. It starts to look unkept. So that is a sign that you actually need to prioritize your own self-care. Yes, and honestly, This is also something that you need to put, into consideration. I mean, try to pay attention to these four areas, key areas of your life: your physical, yes, your physical health. So make sure that you are exercising, make sure that you are sleeping well, and make sure that you are eating healthy. Yes. Now let's talk about your emotional well-being. Check in with yourself, and of course practice self-love. Yes. Try to spend less time on social media so that you don't end up comparing yourself with other people. Yes, you have to do that. You have to be intentional about it. And if you honestly want to get more things done, you have to stay away from social media because it's a distraction. Honestly, it's something over the years that I have discovered by myself, and it has, the moment I discovered it, I was able to improve on, myself. I was able to improve on my productivity, on my output. And I remember when I was back in grad school and I was studying for my master's degree, I recall, yes, I have to always be on social media, yes, because of the kind of business that I do. So one thing I did for certain was I would post on social media. I posted 4 times every day on my Instagram page at that time. So I would post on Instagram and I would delete Instagram immediately. That's how bad. See how badly do you need it? What is very important for me at the time? Passing my exams is very important for me. I don't have the bandwidth to repeat any class or to pay for another, another a class the second time. No, 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 no. We don't even have that. We don't have the luxury of time and all of that at that time. So I would post on Instagram and I would delete Instagram app. I would post on, excuse me, I'll post on Facebook and delete the app. So that was something I did. And it was good that I was able to identify those things earlier on. Yes. So you may, if you want to get more things done, you might have to stay away from social media. I'm on a journey right now for people who are really close to me. I'm actually reading the entire Bible for the very first time in my life. So I started from the book of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and I'm really, really progressing like at the speed of light. Part of the things that helped me is reading in the midnight. So I read my Bible 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. every day, Monday to Sunday. I read my Bible today. So one thing that helps me is the fact that my phone is not upstairs. My phone is not with me. My phone is always downstairs. I don't bring my phone. So once your phone is not with you, you get more things done. If you're someone, and it's honestly, I think it's just normal. It's the way these apps are designed. It's the way the phone itself is designed. It's designed to, get you addicted to being on it like almost 24/7 every single day of your life. So once you identify that, then you know for sure you have to make conscious effort to ensure that these devices, these apps, they don't rob you of your own blessings, right? So if you want to really get things done, then you might have to stay away from social media. How it's going to work for you is completely up to you. For me, when I was in grad school, I had to delete the app every single time I am not using it. Once I post, I delete. I don't go consuming other people's content, because it was detrimental to my growth and to my progress at that time. So yes, that is something that you need to also work on. Now the next one is inspirational. Yes, so work to incorporate meditation, work to incorporate journaling, practicing your faith, being a Christian, and volunteering into your schedule. Read books that inspire you. Read the Bible, get to know God more. Grow every day. Like they say, if you want to grow, there's this song. It says, "Read your Bible, pray every day, pray every day, pray every day." Read your Bible, pray every day if you want to grow. You see, it's easy. Yes, it's simple and straightforward. Read it every day if you want to grow. There's no way, it's like you want to advance in your career or in your studies, for example, then you have to attend classes every day. You have to go to school you have to take your classes every day. So that's exactly the way it is with growth. So make sure that you're reading books every day, you're praying every day, you're reading inspirational books every single day, and you're also volunteering. Yes, like every single time. Create a schedule, walk around your schedule, and see how you can also be a source of inspiration to other people. Now let's talk about the last one, not the last one, but one of them is personal. Take out time to relax. Yes, it's okay to indulge in pleasures, godly pleasures, definitely, and take part in your hobbies. Maybe you like to play games, or you want to play cards, or you want to do something. Focus on healthy relationships. Focus on healthy relationships. Now, also need to work on setting healthy boundaries. Set healthy boundaries. Create space to prioritize self-care and, of course, happiness, because when boundaries are absent, there is an increased risk of giving too much of your time and your energy to a task, to an environment, or to people. So you have to always create that balance. Set boundaries, and it can help you establish those guardrails. You need to have a boundary. Yes, have a boundary with everybody, family, friends, everybody. And also you need to evaluate your goals. For people, there are some people, I've met people who don't even know how to set goals, who don't know what they want for themselves. They don't even know why they are doing the things that they are doing. They're just doing it and going with the flow. So when you determine how to really focus on yourself, dedicate time to setting new goals, or even revisiting old ones. For people like me, I journal a lot. Yes, I write. I have a note on my iPhone, and I take notes all the time. Like when I remember something, or I have something new on my bucket list that I want to get done, I want to tick, I write it down. Maybe it is time for you to go back to your goals, your previous goals, and see if you've achieved every single one of them, or it's time to tick some of them out, erase some of them, and then add new ones to it. Yes, check out, go back and evaluate your goals and see if it is time for you to add new goals to those goals that you already have. Now, the next one here is very important. And as a matter of fact, health is the new wealth. Health is the new wealth. And that health I'm talking about here is called exercise. Exercise, because physical health affects every aspect of your life. Yes, including your mental health, your emotional well-being. It is very, very important, because they found out that low to moderate intensity aerobic, exercise can help to cure even depression. Yes, because when you work out all the time, it secretes a hormone called dopamine. Yes, they call it the happiness hormone. Yes, happiness. And when you keep working out every day consistently, you are happier. Yes, you tend to be happier, less stressed, less depressed, and no longer anxious. That anxiety starts to leave you. So exercise is actually effective at improving your own emotional health. Yes. Now, the next one you need to do is to prioritize your sleep. Yes, so you have to prioritize your sleep. I'm telling you, good sleep is a critical it's a critical factor in your goal. Yes. For you to improve your health, your productivity, your well-being, and also your quality of life. Lack of sleep is detrimental to your health, and good sleep, make sure that you get quality hours of sleep every single day. Now, the next one you need to do, as part of focusing on yourself, is to incorporate whole foods into your diet. Whether you like it or not, nutrition is fuel for your brain and for your body. Yes, and the type of food that you eat also impacts your cognitive functioning. So it also helps with your emotional regulation. It helps with your physical well-being. And one of the ways to really focus on yourselves is to eat a diet that consists of whole food, that is rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Because the more you keep incorporating more whole foods into your diet, don't forget to balance. Yes, because balance is actually key. Balanced diet. So you want to eat various fruits, you want to eat various vegetables, various grains, and other nutrient rich foods. It doesn't mean that you have to rule out sweet treats. I don't like sweet things, but go ahead and focus on moderation. Yes, and avoid foods that are heavily processed or full of refined sugar. You have to be very, very careful, strike a balance between all of that. Now, the next thing you need to do here is to set few minutes aside for self-care. I know that life can get so busy, and sometimes it feels impossible for you to even find time for yourself. But I'm telling you, no matter how busy you're not the president of your country. I'm sure the president of any country is not watching my video right now. You are not the president of your country. Yes, you are not. So find time to plan some self-care. block time on your calendar, like I said, block time on your calendar for it. You can set aside maybe 10 minutes every day to just meditate or even practice mindfulness exercises. It's time to just chill, to relax. I get this time for myself sometimes at night. Sometimes at night, like when I'm done, scheduling all my posts, I just take out, even if it's just 10 minutes to breathe or 15 minutes to just stare in the sky, and I am good, before I go to bed, because I take a nap every day, because it helps me, with my routine. So if this is something that you too can incorporate into your routine, it's going to really, really help you. So one thing I do is, sometimes I have just like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it's just for me, just for me. Like there's no pressing tasks I need to do within those 10 minutes. So I sit down and I just chill, honest, and I soak in that moment. I love that moment, because it's just time for me to just be still and just reflect. Now, something else you should do, or you could do, that you can add, incorporate into your own schedule or your routine, is to journal a few sentences every day. Guys, journaling is a powerful self-reflection tool, and it can help you improve your own mental health. Yes, journaling can help to improve your own mental health, whether I like it or not. So putting that pen and paper can help you even ease anxious thoughts. Yes, it can help you process your emotions. It can help you also gain perspective on your life. So if you can't even think of anything to journal, just consider looking into some, helpful journal prompts, and they can help you explore your goals, your values, and your ideas. So if you're embarking on that journey of self-discovery, journaling is an excellent strategy. Yes. So one thing you can do as well is to spend time outside. Spend time outside. Yes, outside of your home, or outside of your comfort zone, with people. And why is it also important for you to focus on yourself? Why? Because some people may think it's selfish. Oh, self-care is selfish. I'm telling you today, self-care is not selfish, because if you keep pouring into other people and there's no time to pour into yourself, then you are doing yourself and them a disservice, because one day you will break down and you will not be able to, you are just going to have like a mental breakdown. So here are some reasons why it's important for you to focus on yourself. Number one is improved sense of self-worth and your self-esteem. It's going to help you. It's like a lady or someone who hasn't gotten her hair made in years, and then the moment you go into the salon, you start to feel like a queen again. You start to feel beautiful again. You start to feel gorgeous, and all of that, every single time. So when you focus on yourself, when you start to take care of yourself, it gives you an improved sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Now you get more self-confidence to tackle those big goals. It helps you now see yourself as as an important person. Even you yourself, you feel like a VIP, and that's what you are. But if failure to take care of yourself would never make you realize that about yourself, or you would start to forget that you're actually important too. So when you start to take care of yourself, you start to realize that, okay, I'm also important. Yes, I need to also take care of me. And you also get better relationships with your loved ones and your colleagues. You start to, you're a better parent, you're a better friend, you're a better colleague. When you start to take care of yourself, you also get increased physical, mental, and emotional health. Yes, whether I like it or not, it is also gonna, every area of your life will be impacted when you start to focus on your own self, and you have the ability to support other people. Yes, you have greater ability to support other people. So when you're dedicating time to focus on yourself, it is also important. I mean, it's possible to, feel bad. Sometimes we feel bad, we feel selfish. It's important to, remember that it's a hardly self-centered, to prioritize your health and your well-being. Like you have to, you have to, the negative effects of ignoring your own health, like burnout, it can lead to burnout, and it can lead to depression. These are the negative effects of ignoring yourself, ignoring your own health. When you ignore yourself, when you ignore to take care of yourself, you are going to be gradually slipping into depression. You'll be gradually slipping into burnout. You're going to be so tired. You're going to be picky. I talked about you being triggered by everything in the beginning of today's live stream. You're going to just be triggered by anything and everything. No one is talking about you. No one is talking to you. No one has directly launched an attack against you. But you can't help but feel, oh, that person's side remarks they are trying to get at me. They don't. No, these are things that it shows that you're on the edge, and it's time for you to focus on yourself. And when you temporarily step away from life's demand, all the hustle and bustle, when you go on vacation, right, you actually create an opportunity to begin self-discovery. Some people don't even know themselves anymore. They've overworked themselves for years and decades, and they even don't know who they are outside of those constant working. And they make, you make decisions to increase your own life satisfaction and also support your own well-being. Taking time for yourself can also help you identify the areas of your life that demand too much of your time and your energy. So you can also identify a toxic relationship and let go of someone. Yes. So you can better focus on your career, or you might even change jobs to have more time with your family. And I understand that finding the right balance can also be difficult. There are so many competing priorities. You're probably trying to do everything and it's draining for you. So you can you can create boundaries and make moves towards your own ideal life, a life that you've always wanted, that you've admired, and here are some questions that you should also ask yourself to maintain self-focus. Here are some of these questions that you should actually ask yourself. Number one, what is something that you enjoy doing when no one is watching? What is something that you love to do? For me, honestly, it's very easy. I just want to worship God. I'm just in awe of God. Like I said, I've been reading the book, the Bible, and I've been seeing God in a different light. I've been seeing God differently, and my life has, taken a huge turnaround, for good, honestly. And what I enjoy doing when one is watching is listen to music and praising God and thinking about God and His wonderful, all the wonderful things that He has done, and you also ask yourself some of the self-reflection questions that you should also ask yourself is what am I most curious doing? I mean, what am I most curious about learning, and how can I do it? What are you curious about? For me, I'm curious about learning a new language. Yes, I want to learn a new language like every single time. And that's part of, things I talked about earlier, which is reassessing your goals, going back to your goals and seeing if you want to add. Because I know for sure I've always wanted to learn a new language. And, I probably need to write it down so that I don't forget and probably erase the ones that I've been able to achieve. Now the next one is, when I write my thoughts and my desires, what patterns emerge? What are the patterns? Ask yourself. My answer is definitely going to be different from yours. So respond according to according to you yourself. The next question is, how do I treat myself? I mean, do I treat myself like I would a friend I care about? Do I treat myself the way I also treat my friend? Because sometimes we tend to treat our friends better than ourselves. So ask, are you gentle with yourself? Are you patting yourself on the back? Are you giving yourself some slack, cutting yourself some slack? Are you, applauding yourself when you hit a major milestone or even a small milestone? I mean, or you find it easy to applaud your friends when they hit a tiny, just a tiny little goal, and you find it difficult to even compliment yourself when you do the same thing, even something greater. Do you really treat yourself like a friend? Yes, that you really care about. So you are your first best friend. Now, how do you show up for yourself, and how do you practice self-compassion? This is also something, self-compassion, understanding, not being too hard on yourself. This is something that you need to also reflect on. Now, next question is, how often do you put the needs of other people before yours? How often? Yes, especially as parents, we want to put our kids. Last week I was discussing with my sister, and she mentioned how, a lot of women, yes, it's always good to put effort into your kids. Your kids look beautiful, amazing, awesome, gorgeous. and you look like a help, like a slave, but your kids really look good, which is good, but you need to, sit down and, you have a life. You have your own life to live as well. So if you're someone that finds yourself there, you're like, I'm doing everything for the kids, I'm doing everything for the kids, you need to also put yourself first, because you start, if you don't do that, you get to a point where you start getting really, you start to transfer aggression. You don't know where it's coming from. You just find out that you're unnecessarily angry, screaming, shouting, and so here is how to, embrace how to really focus on yourself. Yes, embrace how to really, really, focus on yourself. As human beings, we are social creatures, and it's our nature to accommodate people, to support others, and to fit in with others. Discovering yourself can be hard work, yes, but you can learn how to really focus on yourself and walk the path towards self-improvement. You're actually a unique individual. In case no one has told you, you are unique, and you have those skills, you have the likes, the things that you like, and the things you dislike, that actually set you apart from other people. And when you team up, with like-minded people, you're also going to get support, on how to focus on yourself and how to nurture your well-being. And honestly, I hope this has been a blessing to you. But I want to leave you guys with this last quote from the Bible, and it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Yes, trust in the Lord with all your heart. God sees your heart. When you trust in Him, everything will start to fall in place. Once you're able to like rely on God totally, and put everything in God's hands, then you start to find yourself again. God will start to help you, and then make all your requests known to God, and He will definitely do it for you. So thank you all once again. I really appreciate you. Do not forget to join my Telegram community, or also join my Patreon community. Yes, to access exclusive content and also book a complimentary consultation with me. We can discuss all things grants, business, money, and everything in between. And this note, I want to say thank you once again for watching with me. For watching all the way till the very end. I mean, your girl. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share this video. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about these videos. And of course, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care of yourselves and God bless you. Bye for now. Hi, guys.